Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, we give you all the updates about cricket, where Pakistan is all set to now face two sides in a tri-series. UAE, the home side, and Afghanistan, also typically a home side. They play a lot of their cricket in Sharjah. The Pakistan cricket team will begin their practice at the Dubai Sports City, but they will be playing all matches in Sharjah. So it's going to be very interesting, and then the Asia Cup as well, so you get acclimatized to certain conditions. The question now will be the playing 11, what kind of combinations Pakistan should be trying. The captain himself, what kind of controls does he have, and what the head coach thinks about the task up ahead as well. So we will be looking forward to this and discussing all the details regarding this as well. Then we move on, where Babar has been urged to improve his strike rate for a comeback in T20 international cricket. I think the new criteria will be 200 probably for a strike rate, because a lot of players I see don't even go close to 150. So I don't know what the new criteria is, but just signaling out a player and giving him a strike rate to work on raises serious questions on others who are playing with strike rate close to that but not better than that. So we talk about that as well. Then we move on to the AFC Asian Qualifiers 2026. We give you all the details regarding the qualifiers, the schedule, and also the Pakistan team, which has begun their practice at the Jinnah Sports Complex as well. Of course, Nobalto Solano is leading this Pakistan campaign as well. So all the updates regarding that. Then we move on and discuss Mo Salah, who has won once again the PFA Player of the Year award for the third time, and he has just been a great ambassador for sport, a great story of an Egyptian footballer making his way to top tier clubs and scoring immensely when it comes to club football, more than 222 goals. And when you talk about not just Syria, but you talk about Liverpool, every year we used to think that his contract won't be extended, and then he ended up as a top scorer once again. So I think he just continues to divine. He's been very vocal of humanitarian causes, especially the Palestinian issue as well. So I think a great ambassador for football as well. So we talk a bit about that as well. Time now to introduce the guest. First of all, joining us in studios is international cricket commentator, broadcaster, presenter, and our sports expert, Asif Ahmad. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Also joining us is sports expert Malik Usman. Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to the show.
Walaikum Assalam. Thank you much.
And also joining us, making a heroic comeback from his official tour to UK, is Syed Owais. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. I've been very well. Thank you very much for coming back and joining our show once again. We're honored to host an Englishman like.
Missed you guys.
Well, we missed you as well, absolutely. But that being said, now of course we discuss things in detail, but let's first take a look at this report.
The national cricket team has arrived in Dubai to participate in the upcoming Tri-Nation Series and the ACC Asia Cup T20. The squad travelled in 4 separate groups and began training today. The team will prepare at the ICC Cricket Academy, a top-class facility, and will also play a practice match at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. The Tri-Nation Series, featuring matches against Afghanistan and the United Arab Emirates, will kick off on August 29th. The ACC Asia Cup T20 will follow starting from September 9th. Both tournaments will be held in the UAE. According to the Pakistan Cricket Board schedule, all training sessions and practice matches will take place in Dubai to ensure the team is fully prepared for the challenging fixtures ahead. Coaches and sports staff are focusing on team coordination, match fitness, and adapting to local conditions. With strong preparations and unity, the team is aiming for success in both tournaments. Fans are hopeful and excited to see the national team deliver top performances on the international stage.
Well, there you have it. Saba Shafique gives us the details of Pakistan team's arrival in Dubai and also subsequently their training routine and also the matches that begin with their campaign at the Tri-Series against UAE and Afghanistan. Asif Ahmad, what's the task up ahead? How do you see it?
Well, lots of tasks. Not only one, because Pakistan lost against West Indies right now, and guys, they traveled with some pressure. But we have seen these visuals. The guys are playing and they're gearing up well. The Salman Agha 11. Now, this is a test before Asia Cup, and of course that when we talk about the Pakistani batters, they were struggling against Bangladesh in Bangladesh, and the technique was a question mark. But you know that when we see the Saim Ayub, whenever he used to play with the straight bat, he helps Pakistan actually. Whenever he scores 50, 55 quick runs, and if you see some stats that when he used to play 6-7 overs in T20 games, his strike rate is almost around 140. What does it mean? That we require his services with full form. And then Sahibzada Farhan, he started once again very well. So Sahibzada Farhan and Saim Ayub would be the openers for me, and we have discussed the hypothetical playing 11 yesterday. But now I'm quite sure that you'll go with Sahibzada Farhan and Saim Ayub, and then number 3 Fakhar Zaman. He was in good touch then, that he was suffering with an injury, but I'm happy that he's recovering well and he's okay, he's perfectly okay. Then we have Muhammad Haris as wicketkeeper batter, and once again Hassan Nawaz looks very, very confident the way he started his ODI career. And one thing he should understand, that he's getting proper chance now, and the selectors and the management, they're happy with him, and that's why they're giving him chance. So now converted into the permanent opportunity and come up as a backbone for the Pakistan. One thing is, I'm really happy for the Pakistani bowling lineup, that the Salman Mirza is back into the lineup, into the squad, so he'll definitely help out. The way he started against Bangladesh, that was impressive. So everything is fine, looks okay, but it's a quite tough competition for Pakistan, considering Afghanistan's are very, very good in shortest formats.
Absolutely. And I think Sharjah suits them. They've played, like he's mentioned, they've played a lot of cricket there. So typically a home ground for them is more than the UAE team. But Malik Usman Ahmed, how do you see the task up ahead of the Tri-Series? Because it becomes a precursor to the Asia Cup for us.
I think very, very important time. This series is going to take place just 3 weeks before the Asia Cup, and I think Pakistan should have started as overwhelming favourites in these kind of series, but I think it's going to be very competitive, especially against Afghanistan. Afghanistan plays most of its limited overs cricket. They don't play so many tests, but they play their home games in the UAE. They're very familiar with the conditions in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, wherever they play in the UAE. So I think with the kind of spinners that they have, they might be starting as favourites for once. UAE on the other hand are having players who are not thoroughly professional as far as cricket is concerned. Many of them usually have this as part-time leisure activities, and they do take participation in this. But Pakistan, for all the history, all the legacy that they have in T20, they are former T20 World Cup winners as well. But I think they have their work cut out with all the turmoil that is going behind the scenes, with the selection, with the selectors, with the senior players like Rizwan, Babar, Azam, etc. I think there is a lot more confusion than we have clear-cut answers, and that is what we saw against the West Indies, who were actually looking for a victory somehow, and they actually won the series against Pakistan, and Pakistan have their work cut out.
Right, we just go towards a short break. Stay tuned, we come right back. Welcome back, and now of course discussing things where we left them off, and we're talking about the tri-series between Afghanistan, UAE and the team of Pakistan as well. Pakistan is a bit tricky. Malik Usman Ahmed, you'd like to start from where you left off as well.
Yeah, so there was a lot of turmoil going on in this Pakistan side, and I think they are their own biggest enemies, and that is what is happening. The court of accountability is, I think, more specific to a couple of players rather than some individuals that need to be questioned and brought before the court. But that is how it is functioning, and I think for once Afghanistan will start as favourites, and I think if Pakistan does not perform well in this tri-series, I think that the charisma of India versus Pakistan is going to down the drain in this Asia Cup.
Owais, when we look at this entire squad that has been selected now, a lot of these players are immensely talented, nothing to take away from them, but now it's time that everybody has to prove their worth, because one thing is very particular now, that if they don't win a tournament or a series, then there's no use of everything that is happening in the Pakistan Cricket Board.
See, Ahmed bhai, I'll start from the beginning. The strike rate stuff, because anyone, even frankly speaking, even you, everyone on the television, we started to speak that Pakistan needs to compete with a modern day strike rate. In that strike rate, obviously, we had some new faces coming up. We had some old faces coming up, like Sahibzada Farhan deserved a chance because he has been consistently performing well in the domestic structure. He got 400 or 500s over there, so that was a deserved chance in the team. But when you talk about the team, and specifically when you talk about the Asia Cup, or you talk about the Tri-Nation Series being played in UAE, strike rate does not matter a lot over there. Why? Because that's a spinning track. When you talk about Sharjah Stadium, because I was going through the schedule, most of the matches are being played in Sharjah. when you bat at second position, when you opt to chase, I mean, it's not easy over there because the ball grips, the ball turns over there. Especially your bat does not always hit a boundary on the mid-wicket area. You need to be very good at playing spin side, because what Pakistan team, what I saw recently had a problem was that most of your players, till the number 4, 5 position, I would say, they are a sameness kind of a batting order you have. I mean, you have got that strike rate kind of a thing coming up. I know Salman Ali Agha does play a floater kind of a batsman. Hassan Nawaz is playing at a good position at number 4 or 5 position. But when you talk about your opening department, Sahibzada, Saim Ayub as an openers, obviously one down might be Fakhar Zaman. Where does Haris play then? Because he's a specialist wicketkeeper with you. Because specialist wicketkeeper batsmen, they play at the top positions around the world. I mean, they play top 3 positions, about your top 4 positions. Where does Haris play? Has been Haris guided that what important character are you in the Pakistan team? Because you're replacing Rizwan in the Pakistan side. What important character would you be? I mean, because Haris, unfortunately, he has been inconsistent with the batting, I would say, with the ability what Haris is known for. Remember, I told you once I was with Saklan Bhai, and when he was the head coach, and speaking to him when Pakistan, I guess Fakhar Zaman was injured in the World Cup, and when he spoke to Hayden when he was a batting consultant, he said Haris looks in a good nick. He's a guy who hits the ball very hard, and he will be good asset for Pakistan. He performed well in the 2 matches. After that, we dropped him from the Pakistan team when we discussed what a strike rate would be. When a guy is performing well, why do you drop him from the Pakistan team? So it's important what batting order you have in the Pakistan side, what batting approach you have, what playing 11 combination will be, specifically when you talk about the spin bowling option. Even in Sri Lanka T20 World Cup, it's a different track. Fahim Ashraf won't be that supportive in that kind of tracks. Hussain Talat won't be that supportive in that kind of tracks. What combination will you have? That's going to matter. I know many of them have been speaking about Babar Azam, Rizwan. Even I personally feel sometimes that when you talk about future T20, they might not be in the Pakistan side. But again, there's a chance, I mean, because I don't know whether he plays the CPL or not. He has got the Big Bash coming up, whether he performs well over there, might get a chance in the Pakistan T20 side. But looking at all the fixtures, Pakistan really needs to work on the batting, because your sameness strike rate batting won't always perform for you. You need someone in the middle order who can stabilize the innings. Hassan, specifically, I would say the captain would play a crucial role. Salman Ali Agha, he's a floater. How he performs in the middle order, when you have a collateral damage above the order, how he performs in the middle order, that would be a crucial position.
Asif Ahmad, Babar Azam has been asked by head coach Mike Hesson to improve his strike rate. What are your thoughts?
Only Babar Azam?
Only Babar.
Not about Salman Ali Agha and
No,
Rizwan.
only Babar.
Only Babar.
Only
it means
Babar.
that he wants Babar Azam back into the side. That's a very clear indication. And second thing, I think when Mike Hesson is talking about, please go and see his career strike rate. It's 134, which is not bad. If you see that Virat Kohli, his strike rate is around 136, Kane Williamson 123. The thing is that how much matches you're winning. So if I don't mind if Babar Azam is coming back and playing with the strike rate of 120-30, but if he finishes the game, then I'm with him. I think in this modern era cricket's debate, I'm not there. If players are performing well and if they're winning the games for you, I think you should change your approach and tell your players how to finish the game instead of increasing the strike rate.
Well, certainly, but at one point we remember Aqib Javed in the press conference said that Babar has been working on certain things in the academy as well, in the NCA, and then he also talked about the camps where he was participating, specialized camps as well. But Malik Usman specifically, Mike Hesson has asked him to improve his strike rate.
Probably the question was about Babar Azam, so he was only going to answer about Babar Azam. It's all about Babar Azam in the media, and the fans actually love to see him. He has been a consistent performance when he was captain of Pakistan side, and he was the major reason Pakistan used to win matches. And now that he's not the captain and he's not performing well, I think the real picture of Pakistan cricket team is on display. That is the kind of talent that has been with the Pakistan side and under the leadership of Shaheen Shah Afridi or Babar Azam, and it was because of a couple of individuals who used to perform, and all of them would have been coming under the umbrella. But now when the onus is on these kind of players, they are not so much capable, I think. Talking about Babar Azam's strike rate or his different dimensions of batting that needs to be improved, I'm extremely surprised. You have a world-class batsman who is technically very correct, and you want to correct his technique even further, but the other players who have been performing and have an average of 20, 18, 21, 22 with the strike rate of 130, 131, I don't know that how are they much better than Babar Azam, who has a strike rate of 130 with an average of 40 in T20. Having an average of 40 in 20 with a strike rate of 130, you think that he's the sole reason that Pakistan don't win matches, then this team should be a world class team, which is not the case. Why Pakistan is struggling is because of the lack of planning, I don't know, but I think certainly because of egos, the fragile egos that is being persisting in this Pakistan side and the management as well. I have not seen a very clear answer why a player like Babar Azam can be dropped. You're talking about Virat Kohli, that Virat Kohli has retired from T20 and he does not fulfill the demands of modern cricket. Let me ask you a question. Who was the sole reason that India won that final against South Africa in that West Indies T20? He was the only one who scored a 50, and it was because of him that India actually played out the 20 overs and they posted a decent score. It's not always about bashing all around, because that is not what Pakistan team is made up of. If you go through the strike rates in the history of Pakistan since the T20 have been introduced, first is Shahid Afridi. He has an average of 18 with a strike rate of close to 150. Then comes Haris, who does not have a very clear role in Pakistan side, and he is not even a certain in this Pakistan side. Then comes the likes of Shadab, Asif Ali, Fahim Ashraf. If you only talk about strike rates and look at their averages, even if they score at 200, it is not worth it, because they have an average of 13, 14, 15. If you score at the strike rate of 200, what's the use? You're scoring 15 off 7, 8 balls, you're not going to win any matches. The only impact, and the strike rates matter when you score 30 of 10 balls. That is when you actually create a difference, but that is not how Pakistani players are performing. Secondly, and more importantly, you are bound to fail if you play this kind of cricket. So certainly you need a couple of players who can actually hold the innings together for a team like Pakistan, which has a very, very fragile batting lineup in their history since the T20 has come into the picture, and they have a history of falling like pack of cards.
Absolutely, and I think that that is the only consistency what we've seen in the Pakistan Cricket Board, nothing else. And you know, people talk about implementing systems. We've not even given one system any time. Once it before it settles down, we implement a new one. So that's the amount of, you know, crazy things we've been seeing in cricket in the past 2 years. But that being said, we now move on to football as well, where we do discuss, first of all, Syed Owais, the AFC Asian Qualifiers. The Pakistan team has been training extensively under their new head coach now, Nobeto Solano, and that has been happening at the Jinnah Sports Complex. What are your updates?
Oh, it's a great start, because I mean, a new coach, a new, I would say, obviously new test for him, because Pakistan, when you talk about the whole scenario, I mean, Pakistan has performed, I would say, not up to that mark, but Pakistan team has really done well. I mean, under Stephen, you know, the Pakistan team did qualify for the second round of the World Cup qualifiers. The team looked more gelled up, I would say, but it's a new assignment coming up for the head coach, I mean, Solano, because I know he carries a strong profile with him, but the under 23 Asia Cup qualifiers, I would say that would be his first test for Pakistan. But let's see, it's a good sign that we have got 60 to 70 players in Islamabad. They are here for the initial camp. I mean, at least now you see a stability in the Pakistan football. They are more into, I would say, selection process is getting more wider. The net is getting more wider, getting the players to show their talent and get the chance for the Pakistan team. But one thing, Ahmed bhai, whatever it is, I mean, it's time now. Seriously, the stakeholders need to sit and need to think about a league over here. I know many of them, they want it directly like what the Pakistan Super League is. Basically, they want a competition like that. They would have it, but you guys need to sit down, need to design a model for 5 to 10 years, how that's going to work on, because league is important for the development of Pakistan. I know there would be camps, there would be different tournaments coming up. Pakistan women's are performing really superb. They are very good at I would say, the FIFA ranking. Under 17 SAF championship, they performed well. Under 19 SAF, they performed well. Teams are doing fabulously well. But again, when you want a talent, you want your guys to be into that circuit, need to play back-to-back 90 games in a week. They need to play 2 matches, 90 games, 90 minutes. They want a proper setup league over here. The league structure needs to work on. I hope Mohsin Gilani, the way he has been working as a president of Pakistan football, won't be late, but you would see some setup of a league being set for the Pakistani players.
Absolutely, and I think that will make a collective difference as well. Otherwise, you can't expect them to just participate in international tournaments and, you know, get results overnight. That will never happen with the campaign that we're expecting them to follow as well, and we need those drastic changes by virtue of a league or a national championship as well, which is at par with those international leagues. That being said, now of course we move on to something very particular. Mo Salah has made headlines once again. Let's take a look at this report.
Mohamed Salah has been named the Professional Footballers Association Player of the Year for a record third time after leading Liverpool to the Premier League title. He scored 29 goals and made 18 assists, helping Liverpool finish 10 points ahead of Arsenal. The 33-year-old also won the Golden Boot, Playmaker Award and the Premier League Player of the Season, becoming the first player to win all three in one season. Salah, who joined Liverpool in 2017, recently signed a 2-year contract extension. Other top players recognized include Arsenal's Declan Rice, Chelsea's Cole Palmer, and Newcastle's Alexander. In the Women's Award, Arsenal's Mariona won Player of the Year, and Liverpool's Olivia Smith won Young Player of the Year before moving to Arsenal in a record transfer.
And there you have it in this report by Saba Shafique. Of course, Mo Salah's career has been highlighted, including the third-time award of Player of the Year as well. Yes, Malik Usman Ahmad, what would you like to add about the stellar career of Mo Salah?
Yeah, Mohamed Salah started really well against Liverpool, and it was a surprise signing for once he came to this Liverpool side, because he had been a so-called flop at Chelsea. We can argue that because he did not have much playing time over there. Then he went to Roma and he did really well, and then he came to Liverpool, and for the past 8 years he's won this award for the third time. Very, very prestigious, and is the highest number of times winner over here, and with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Foden, Henry. And then you talk about Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo. So many big names have featured on this list, and he has actually expanded his legacy, and he would retire once he retires from international football, from the club football, that one of the greatest players ever to grace the English Premier League. He has been fantastic at the right wing and scoring goals, taking penalties, even assisting his teammates. I think he has developed his game for the past few years. His speed hasn't slowed down, and he has actually improved his game, which is actually helping this Liverpool side. And there was a lot of talk about him joining the Saudi League in the summer, and look at his importance, that the fans and the players actually wanted him to be by their side, and that is what he has extended his contract for 2 years, and he's easily the highest paid player in the Liverpool team as well, and we all know the reasons why. And he has started this season with the bang as well. He has already scored a goal in the first game week as well, so we are expecting another thunderbolt kind of a season from him, and his consistency has been excellent, and with very few injuries in his career, I think he's a goal dust for any team he plays for.
Usman, like you mentioned, you know, it's not easy. I understand leagues around the world are very competitive, but it's not easy making your mark in the English Premier League, especially with some of the names that you mentioned as well. But just traditionally, it's a league which, you know, has a lot of diversity to it.
Yeah, you see every race, people from every race, every country, every continent. This is a league which is hugely watched throughout the world. This is the most watched league in the world, most commercial league in the world as well. And the style of play that is being adopted here is very aggressive. It's more physical, and it is very competitive, because all the 20 teams, they can beat any team on their day. This is the most competitive league as well. And with the money that has been flowed into this league, has made it even more competitive, because all the world-class players want to join for the higher pay packages, and all the major coaches are joining here. Look at at some of the names. We talk about Guardiola, we talk about Arteta, we talk about Jose Mourinho, Ferguson was here, Wenger was here in the older times. But now if you take a look at the list of the coaches that are here, and a coach in Crystal Palace has come from Frankfurt. So you can see how competitive this league has become, and it's very physical. I was listening to Aktete a few days back, and he spoke about the people, whatever people talk about this league, they say true, because every minute is a challenge, every game is a challenge, every opponent is a challenge. I think with this kind of competition that is being persisting here, with the physicality here, because this is not a league like La Liga, where even a player touches, the opponent touches you, fall down, and you can get a free kick, a penalty, or the opposition get a warning in the shape of red card or a yellow card. Here a couple of aggressive meetups or collisions are allowed, and in this kind of league, if you're scoring goals and you're performing day in day out, I can only name 2 players of this, or probably 3 players: Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin De Bruyne, and Mohamed Salah.
Absolutely, and that I think really identifies the stellar career as well. Thank you very much, Malik Usman Ahmad. Thank you very much, Syed Owais, for joining us as well. Mo Salah has just been a trendsetter. and I think he has inspired so many. He's been very vocal of the Palestinian issue as well, remember. So I think humanitarian efforts have also been there. Now, before we go, we've got a very, very special birthday wish to send out. A very special individual who is part of our PTV family as well. Of course, a very dear friend, a very dear elder brother, and a fantastic human being that he is, and I would always call him one of the bestest friends. Mr. Kashif has got his birthday today. So Kashif, a very, very happy birthday to you from our entire team of Sports Extra, PTV World in general, and PTV all over. And we wish that your year is full of joy, happiness, and good health, and all of the Almighty's blessings as well. So once again, Kashif, a very, very happy birthday to you. I hope you celebrate it with lots of joy and surrounded by family and friends as well. At that note, that's all we have time for. From me and the entire team of Sports Extra, it's goodbye for now.